Hey guys, this is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. Hey, today we're going to talk about my favorite subject, which is sales. All right, we got a great subject for ourselves today, so let's go ahead and dive right on into it. It's a pretty Saturday morning. I'm getting ready to go out and get me some sales, get my sales on. A little fist bump, say, whoop, whoop, howdy. Here we go. Our subject for today is selling. What pressure is management under for us to sell? What do you think? I said selling. What kind of pressure is management under for us to sell? I don't know about you, but I've been in sales for quite a while. You might have just got started. Let me tell you something. I've been in sales since the 80s in one form of capacity, door-to-door, business-to-business, over the phone, retail. I got a chance to see a lot of different situations, and I've been a manager. And here's the thing. Let me just remind you something. If you out trying to sell something, you management. You are a manager. You go, well, I ain't a manager, but that ain't my title. Oh, yes, it is. We have the title as sales representative, but we manage our own business. We work on what they call commission, baby. And let me tell you something. If you don't think you're in management, you in some trouble. So go out there and sell something. But remember, see, when we talk about management, also we're talking about those people that represent us, our bosses, those people that, hang that little hat and that say manager. Okay. And what I'm sharing with you today is the kind of pressure that goes on when you're a salesman or you're in sales manager or you're upper management. It's like, crap, it goes right downhill. And unfortunately, what happens is sometimes great managers, and they don't stick and stay. And the reason why sometimes the pressure can just be so overwhelming because as a salesperson, we have to sell stuff for them to keep their job. I know it sounds kind of funny, right? But see, in reality, the kind of pressure that management is under it's a lot. Because see, they're dealing with what they call a lot of different personalities. I'm a different kind of sales. Yes, you are a different kind of salesperson. There's a whole lot of us out there that are trying to sell something, and we got those folks called managers trying to help us make it. And I'm going to tell you what, we need to give them a little thumbs up and thank our managers on occasion just to let them know, hey, man, we appreciate you, because it's not an easy job. And a lot of times us salespeople and people in general out in the world, we look at managers as having an easy job. They really don't. Now, these kind of people, they got to do all kinds of different things to keep their job. What they do, and a lot of times, is they take care of a lot of the paperwork. They do a lot of behind the scenes things. And I don't tell you what, sometimes you might think that's real easy, but once you start running your own personal business, because you're a salesperson, and you start seeing that you got to route out your day on a daily basis, you got to pick up the phone and call folks and everything, and you got to talk to many, many different personalities. See, what you're doing is you're being a manager. You may not know it, but you are. And one of the things I like about selling is the good, the bad, the ugly, and the warts and all. And I thought I'd share this particular subject. And our subject again is selling. What pressure is management under for us to sell? First off, when you're a manager, you've got your sales team. You've got your upper management a lot of times, and then you have your owners and so forth. And then you got your corporates, and it's all different in different types of sales. But see, here's the thing. When you're a manager, you take on a lot of responsibility. You take on the responsibility of dealing with a lot of different people, like I said, personalities, and you have to be what they call a person who's like easy to get along with. Now, there are some managers that ain't real nice, but there's some really great managers that kind of have this air about them that, hey, I'm very competent. I have this mindset that, hey, we're going to be successful. And see, success breeds success. And if you're a manager out there and you're trying to be successful, it's great. But see, as salespeople, we need to look at the management role in a positive way, because see, they take care of, like I said, a lot of the things that are in behind the scene. Like a figurehead, kind of like a mama and a daddy. We got them managers, that have to sometimes say, hey, you got to get out there and sell. You got to get it. And then you got some of those managers that they deal with where they say, hey, you're going to be okay because you ain't having a good day. Let's get back on track. Management, they're all about training. They're teaching people the fundamentals about the business and how to sell stuff. They're also out there looking for salespeople. They're always looking to add to their team. Quality people, of course. And management, like I said, upper management and owners, they have expectations. And they're always like saying, what have you done for me lately? And if you're a salesperson, you got to remember, treat your management with the respect that they deserve. And remember, one day you could be sitting right in their chair. You could be doing exactly what they're doing. So remember, what comes around goes around. So always think about outside the box thinking. Because see, when you're a salesperson, you're managing your territory, you're managing your daily paperwork, you're managing, how am I going to get more sales? And that's the same thing what a manager does. A manager, they're always thinking about how can we get more sales? Because they got somebody breathing down their neck. And I ain't telling you, it ain't a good feeling when sales aren't happening. These managers, I've seen some really great ones in my life. I'm real close to the ones, even the ones that I don't work with, I still love you. I still love them because, see, they loved me until I could love myself. And that means they taught me the basics, the fundamentals, and gave me input on how I could be successful. Now, a lot of these managers are also trainers. They're always training. They're always trying to teach you how to be better. Now, they're also having to be a referee. Sometimes they got to deal with, people getting upset about why they got my leads. Those leads are better than mine. And then they're also taking care of customers. A lot of times, us salespeople, we sell stuff. We don't see the people on the back end. And then management, they have to go in and smooth over stuff, maybe stuff that wasn't said right. Maybe they're trying to keep sales. They're having to retain sales. They're trying to retain customers. Because, see, if you don't take care of your customers, they're going to go somewhere else, and then your business just shoots down. So management is always having to go back and take care of customer issues. They're like tissues. They pop up all the time. So management is in the right place at the right time. They're doing their job. And my name is Gary Lee Stanley. Our subject for today is selling. What kind of pressure is management under for us to sell? Woo, man, they got a bottom line. First off, guys, they have to know exactly on a monthly basis, a weekly basis, every 3 months, quarterly, and every 6 months to a year. They're looking at the numbers, and so is the upper management. The upper management and the owners, they're saying, what have you done for me lately? Especially if you ain't been doing really, really good. Now, they're also looking at these numbers so that way they can say, well, this particular area is a place where we can go out and spend more money. This is also an area that we need to cut back on money. And this is also, maybe this salesperson ain't doing their job, or this salesperson, they come across, they're not selling as much, it doesn't seem like, but as the year progresses, they notice that there's a trend where you get better and better and better. And also they're always looking at the bottom line. It's called money, honey. And if nobody's selling, nobody's making no money. And management, sometimes they get a chance to do really, really cool things. They help inspire us, okay? They really do. I've got some management people that I work with that are just unbelievable. They're very caring, sharing. Now, I've worked with some people in the past that weren't real nice. But see, us salespeople, we need to be coddled sometimes. We need to be told, hey, you can do this. We need to be told sometimes that, hey, man, I understand how you feel. Let's look at the fundamentals. Let's get back on track and let's start selling stuff. My name is Gary Lee Stanley. I told you I'd tell you some stuff that most people don't even talk about in selling because, see, selling is a lifestyle. It's a career. And if you want to move forward in your career, management is probably where you're going to end up. And I'm going to tell you what, it is a really good opportunity. I've ran, like I said, a lot of little businesses. I've done a lot of little things. And I know the pressure that you're under when you're a manager. The one thing I noticed about salespeople is sometimes we need somebody to walk us by the hand and also show us the things that, we don't even think about. A lot of times, we get frustrated and we get angry, and sometimes we get all excited. So we got us a cheerleader. A manager is a cheerleader. They really, really are. They're sort of like a preacher. They're like a teacher. They're like a doggone, they're like a mama and a daddy sometimes. Because sometimes we can get out of line. Because I've been called what they call a prima donna sometimes, and I ain't liking that, but it's true. Sometimes we need to have somebody say, okay, now you can go out there and sell something. I give you permission. Dang, that sounds real good. And sometimes they got to fire folks. Sometimes they got to let folks go. And that ain't easy to do that. Because, see, here's the thing. They have their bottom line, and so do us. We do. We got our own bottom line. What do you mean we got a bottom line? Well, if we ain't out there selling nothing, they got to find somebody who can. And it's not easy to find good quality salespeople to say, did you want to go ahead and go with that? And good management is always on the look for good talent. They have to be, man. They really, really do. Because, see, talent's hard to find, especially when you got people who are out there, just... They don't know. Now, I know you're a brand new salesperson, or if you're a salesperson going to a new company and changing positions, congratulations. Now, what you want to do is you want to have this conversation with your manager. Let them know, not the brown nose, because I've done that before too. Go up to them and talk to them and tell them, hey, why are you so successful? What has made you be successful? Can you teach me the basics? Can you teach me the fundamentals? Because I'm very eager to learn. See, they like that. They like salespeople that want to learn, that want to earn, baby. So just be very humble, because see, they can be in your corner or they can be your worst nightmare. I'm going to tell you what, I've seen some managers in the back in the day that would yell and scream at you. They didn't last long. Now, sometimes they got to come on hardcore and get that all up in your business, say, you got to sell or you're going to lose your job. But see, they also hold you by the hand and they'll direct you and say, keep it simple. Remember the basics and the fundamentals. I've had them do it to me before, and I really appreciate it. Because, see, I know selling and what is the pressure management is under for us to sell. It's huge, guys. It is so huge. I mean, sometimes it's just minute amounts of money that these people in the companies make to keep the company afloat. So we can't be looking at our managers and management as though they're the enemy. They ain't the enemy. They are our bosses. They are friends. They are people that want the company to work. Don't you want to work? I do. I want to make some money. A little fist bump management. Selling and pressure the management is under for us to sell is extreme. Sometimes, you get lucky. I've got real lucky. I work with some management right now, some people I love to death. They real friendly, but they don't take no bull on it. They'll take a little bit, but they'll treat you like you're supposed to be, with respect. That's what a good manager does. Now, remember, they taking care of all the stuff behind the scenes. They always training. They're always teaching. They're always looking for new people. They're always taking care of the paperwork, doing everything on the computer, looking for new places and areas where they can make more money. They're looking to conserve money. They're looking to spend money in those directions and those places that need to have that money spent. And again, they got their bottom line. And remember, crap always flows downhill, and they got their bosses saying, what have you done for me lately? Just like they said to us. What have you done for us lately? So just keep that in mind. My name is Gary Lee Stanley. We just had a very simple conversation about selling. What pressure is management under for us to sell? Whew, it's huge. Because, see, there's so much competition out there, guys. So give our managers a break. Give them a hand. Help them out. Because, see, they can be our best mentors. They can teach us the fundamentals. Because a lot of times good management done been where you're at. And they teaching you the basics and fundamentals. Don't look at them as the enemy, because they ain't. They the ones that you want in your corner. And if you become a manager, act like you're a good person. There's some people that'll try to take advantage of you, and so you got to be real careful when you become a manager, because there's a lot of bull crappers that are in sales. I just told the truth, okay? So remember, your management, it really works if you work it, but you got to live it. So go ahead and treat the management with the respect that they deserve. Give them an attaboy. Tell them thank you. When's the last time you told them I love you? I ain't talking about physically, but about, the person. Tell them how much you appreciate them. Because, see, if they on your side, boy, you might get some extra leads. You might get some extra help. You might get somebody in your corner when you ain't selling. Oh, crap, somebody help me. And so go out there and sell something. My name is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. So do me a favor, go out there and sell something. But if you ain't asking for the order, you ain't selling. Our subject for today is selling. What kind of pressure is management under for us to sell? Wow. I hope you got your ideas and information. It ain't an easy job to be a manager. It ain't easy to be a salesperson. But you know what? It's awesome when it works. It really does. And I've seen some great managers. I want to say thank you to all the management and bosses and managers that have been there for me to teach me the fundamentals on how to be an awesome salesman. So go out there and sell something, and remember, management, they ain't your friend, but daggone, they sure can become your friend. And they can always use a good salesperson just like you and me. So go out there and sell something and treat your management with the kindness that they deserve, because they under a lot of pressure, baby. So go out there and sell something. Management, yeah, I manage myself on a daily basis, and I got great management. So go out there and sell something, and remember, managers, we need them. So treat them with the respect they deserve, because they're under a lot of pressure, just like we is. All right.